Hey everybody, Archangel here. Looking at the GODForge. I should probably, if I'm going to cover the game, I should start maybe putting some stuff up about this. Uh, Sadly, I wasn't able to get into the alpha. I didn't when I first saw it launch. That and then you could get into it. I should have, you know, put my hat in the ring, but I didn't. I was still kind of banking on King Arthur, which is my fault. So, anyways. But before I go any farther, hey, how's everybody doing? All right, happy Monday. I know Mondays are not great for most people, especially got to work, especially after having a long time off. I mean, good Lord, that's the thing around the Christmas and New Year's time. It's a long holiday, and a lot of people use it to get together with friends and family, loved ones and people they haven't seen in a while. So it's good on that aspect too. Kind of gives you a chance to uh, get a break, unplug. And, if you do that, unplug from, technical stuff, which is good. You need to decompress from that from time to time. Being overwhelmed and overrun with it can just kind of be monotonous and wearing on you. So yeah, you definitely got to disconnect from tech every now and then. But yeah, so yeah, welcome everybody to the new year. I know we're on the fifth day, so I'm almost maybe a week into it, if you would want to say it that way. So yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. Glad to see y'all around and hanging out. So, but yeah, anyways, back to this. Yeah, since I'm gonna attempt to cover Godforge, I figured let's get in and talk about the Godforge. God, I got to start learning to enunciate new words now. Godforge Quests. There's a little online game that you can play. The group at Fateless and Simon and everybody else put together to kind of give everybody a jump start on it, if you will. You get to roll some summons here. I've rolled some. Finally got me a legendary. Know nothing about his kit. Nobody does. I'm on the forums and people have asked. Even Fateless people haven't dropped any information on it. So I don't know if it's because it's due to it's still getting written, or it's going to get a rework, or they're just putting the final touches on it or whatnot. But yeah, so a lot of people, there's certain people have certain ones they want to go after, like was it Ragewood? Yeah, Ragewood has a video out where he talks about all the different. He did a tier list of his own opinion of what he thinks the legendaries are to go after, and I should have took notes off of that. But yeah, it was. Excuse me here while I get sidetracked on what I'm doing. Do I even have it in my history still, or did I save it? That's Fateless. Yeah, here it is, Ragewood. Let me pull this. Let's mute that for right now. So he has, um, yeah, his tier list up. So a lot of people are saying that Vivian, the Lady of the Lake, is like top tier. Heimdall, top tier. Quetzalcoatl is top tier. Isis, and I'm not sure who the last one is. I'm not quite familiar with everybody's names yet, so I'm trying to learn that. Those are like everybody's top tiers. Others to think about. Some people are like Sun Wukong. I guess he has a phenomenal kit on that. I think it is available if you go to Fateless's. Um, if you're not a member of Fateless's Discord or the Fateless YouTube channel, Simon puts out some videos every now and then about, kind of breaks down their kit a little bit. So, but yeah, there's some good some people wanted Freya. A lot of people have had Hercules show up in there as they're summoning, and one guy, I can't, was it? Yeah, I think it was Ragewood. He did some pulls, and he had a Hercules in there, but who he had already locked in or chose to summon. He was like, he was wringing his fists over, wringing his hands, like, oh my gosh, but he passed up on a Hercules, and I've seen some other people do that too. So it's just like, wow. Excuse me. Anyways, so yeah, I've got Anu. I don't. Well, and what I've been getting from the census, from the Discord and everybody is like, you really don't need to pick an attacker. You're going to get an attacker as a starter, and I guess they're going to be really good that they can carry you through early to mid game, probably if not later. So you can don't I guess it's going to be one of those where don't worry about investing in a legendary attacker at first. So look more or less along the lines for your supports, and I can agree with that. So, but as we look here at mine, I didn't go for the premium perks, which it's like $10, and you get four more 10 pulls daily. You get two times the mission speeds. You get a third mission slot unlocked, and then you get a 30% chance to double a mission reward. Because as you do these missions, you get a bonus, and you want to be effective with this. You want to manage these well. Um, yeah, it's going to be enticing to see one that you can go for, that's like maybe, an 8 hour, and you're going to get all this ether and stuff here. Mm. And but it's just like really the only time, and I'll admit I fell prey to that at first. Is like, oh yeah, go for the longer ones, but that wasn't being efficient with these quests. So I've actually started doing the smaller ones that have the definitely want to do the ones with the bonuses. Um, and that way, plus also they have Fafnir that comes around every so often, and you get a big Aether bonus from that. But he's only around for 12 hours. So if you got two people locked down in like an 8 or 12 or 16 or 24-hour quest, you know, say this one was in an 8 hour, or this one was in a 12 hour and this was in a 16. Then if Fafnir, because I don't have the third one open, Fafnir was to come around, I would be hosed. So I've been starting to do a lot of the smaller ones. If I know I'm going to be busy for a while, I will maybe put in a little bit longer one, uh, especially if there's a good bonus with it. But like for when I go to bed though, I will probably load up an 8 or 12 hour one to run while I'm sleeping. So that way when I wake up in the morning, then boom, I can jump in, collect it, and then start running some of these 1 minutes, 5 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe some hour ones or something like that. But just trying to do, because this, believe it or not, will eventually, and especially when you're getting a bonus, will add up. So um the portraits, you get to pick a portrait. This is something that is exclusive to whoever does the quests. This is the only time you'll be able to get any one of these portraits. I started with the Dark Tempest because I thought he looks cool, but I've seen a lot of people doing the High Priest of Pa, which, don't get me wrong, he's cool too. And then now they also have the Cursed Totem. So, but yeah, you want any one of these profile pics, you have to get them through here, and it's going to cost you your Aether. So there's 5,000 Aether. You're going to get 55,000 Aether at the top, which is going to cover your. You got to get 20 of these gems here to be able to, when the game goes, and that you can collect this character. The 5,000 Aether goes towards your portrait, your weapon, which you can get. A lot of people like Excalibur. There's another one in here. It's a hammer, I think, called Ford Fire. Now, unfortunately, I can't lock any of these in because I didn't get the premium. When you get the premium, you can lock, if you see one you like, they want you to purchase, and I'm not going to do that. Um, I might maybe towards the end, because this thing runs till the end of January, the end of this month. I think it's like, was it 29th, 30th or something like that, that it runs to, and then and then it's, it's done. So I'm looking, a lot of people like Excalibur for what Excalibur does, and you can click on the picture and get an idea what they look like. Namsaru, it gives you must placed on this hero are instantly removed, granting all this, uh, the divinity and turn meter, and grant a permanent damage increase of 5%. So that's not bad. Excalibur is increased damage inflicted by allies by up to 5.5% for each buff placed by this hero. So if you got a hero that's placing buffs, that could be beneficial. Milnor, Milnir, Milnor. I've always heard it pronounced Milnor. Um, every third hit inflicts either a 50% all the way up to 100%, 110% increase in damage. So that's not bad if you want to put it on your damage dealer. But I think a lot of people are looking at Excalibur Forge Fire because it can. A lot of people are looking at Heimdall with Excalibur or Heimdall with Forge Fire because it has something to do with uh excuse me, some like defense buffs and things of that nature. I have to look into it a little more, take some more notes, and get better. Really start digging into this for you. But yeah, so if I wanted, and I had went the premium route, I could have locked in one of these because these rotate on a basis, and then I guess there's some down here that you can't go wrong with either. There's some good epic weapons as well. The reason why I have Art of War is because my first one that I had for the longest time was an epic, and it was Sun Tzu. And which Art of War, all that. So I was like, okay, I'll hold on to him. But then I kept pulling, and I finally got finally got Anu, my first legendary, and I thought, you know what, I'm taking him. And I started looking for him through the Discord for them, and they were like, no, nobody's like. Somebody else asked, and they's like, what about Anu? And they're like, and it's like nobody knows. His kit hasn't been revealed yet. So I'm like, cool. So if he's a support, because even on Ragewood's list he's got down here, and he's 4 box tier. He's got let me see, is Anu is in here, isn't he? Yeah, he's in there because he's like question marks. He's got 3 question marks in that box. Like we don't know, and they've got what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 of them in there that we don't know really anything about. So yeah. Okay, let's claim this. All right, so now we're gonna get this. We'll do this. This is glad that ended like that. So now we can do 1 minute at 50%, and you got to use somebody that's a magic user if you want to get this bonus. This you're like a minute, but 50% boost to the three. That's it adds up. That's what we're trying to say is it adds up. Or if you wanted to go 5 minutes with 25%, you can. Oops, you can look through here. Get back in there. Now here's one for an hour. That's 25%. Here's one for 4 hours that's 75% for a might champion. Um, if I knew I wasn't going to be back in here for about 4 hours, like this, if I was getting ready to go to bed, I would probably lock onto this and then I know after I get up and do a few things in the morning, boom, that'll be done and I'll get, a bonus on that there. So, um, I might, I want to lock that in for 4 hours at 75. I might do this one here just to get it done. And then I'm going to pick Lady Zoc and then go. And then I'll go back in, and then Morgan's log down here. It'll tell you you get new stuff, every so often in here. Imprints are a big thing too. You can get people to imprint on Dracula, Medusa's Claire. I need to dig into this a little bit more to understand what to do, but I think they give a boost to your stats and some things like that. And you can use from what I'm understanding is you can use an imprint on anybody except that person, I think. So that's what I read in the Discord, but I will need to double check that and really find out to make sure because I don't want to put out false information. So but yeah, so everybody's like don't pick any of this stuff really because it's going to take 55 of it's going to take all your aether if you do this, a legendary weapon, and then a legendary imprint in here. Excuse me. Um, so you got 25,000 for the legendary imprint, 25,000 for the weapon, and then 5,000 for the portrait you pick. So there's all 55 of your aether that you're going. So, all right, this is already done. 50% bonus. Now we're going to come back in here. We're going to look. So is this going on? All right. So you know what? What does my other one have going left on it? So it's got 11 minutes. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and select this one and do the 4 hour one. And we're going to send, who do we want to send? Let's send Morgan out for that one. We'll deploy Morgan for this. So the ladies are out. And so, but anyways, I've got 40 of these. I've been trying to hold on to them, and then towards the like right for the last day, pull. There is no pity in here for um, getting the legendaries. It's just you pull until you get one. Some people have gotten some. Some people have pulled a lot and not gotten any. So, but I've seen somebody. Now, this is just what I've read. This is what I've read. This is not gospel or anything like that. But somebody said maybe for those that haven't gotten one yet, who knows? Maybe Simon in the group, Fateless might towards the end might maybe try to get in there and boost the rate so you can get a legendary. I don't know, but don't take that as gospel. I'm just saying that's what I've read. So, but it's just, yeah, you just pull until you get something. So, and then to do that, you come down here where it says summon. Let me scroll up here a little bit. And then you get to choose 10. You just do 10 pops each time. And we'll see who we get here. So, boom, 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 boom. I will resummon. Yes, I'll summon again. And there's Sun Tzu. He's who I first had. I need to learn what these emblems are down here and get familiar with them. Egyptian, not sure. And then what all this stuff is here. I will find out what all that is. So, all right. So nothing there. Can we get another legendary? Yes. Let's summon again. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing. Not even an epic in there. All right. And my last 10. And we get nothing again. Oh, man. So, yes, we're going to leave. All right. So I'm not going to pull any more. I'm just going to let this run until the end of the month, or when we get close. I'll keep my nose to the wheel, to the grindstone, and keep trying to find any more information. I do have me a tablet here that I can start writing stuff down to make sure I'm getting all the information I need so that I'm not giving any false information and try to do my homework and my research before I put the video out, and then instead of doing the video like now and be like, oh, I'm not sure, and then I'll have to find that out and then not get back to another video that gives you that information. So yeah, so forgive me for this, just starting. I know there is a lot to learn here. It's a new game, not only for Simon and them, and and everybody else, even those that have played in the alpha. Like I said, I put my head into the ring for the beta and the early access. So hopefully I will get selected to be able to do that and be able to start making some content on this game. So, but yeah, it's God's Forge. I'm gonna have to learn this word. I'm gonna have to stay it a while. GODFORGE quests, and it's like I said, it's on like you go to godforge.gg, and when you go to the home, we'll go there. It'll pop up like this. This will be off in the corner. You need to create an account in order to do this, and whatever account you create will be the account that you use to log in to the game. So when it does come available, so yeah, run, don't walk. Go to this website, get your account created, jump into the GodForge quests, start doing these quests, doing as much as you can, as quick as you can, getting the bonuses, start letting these pile up. If you want to spend the $10, I'm sure that it does help. I think I probably will end up pulling and $10 out and putting it in here because it'll help Simon and the guys to help continue to develop the game and be able to make it a game for the players and all that. So so yeah, I will more than likely. And you just click the little question mark and then it'll give you information that you need to, perk details. Same thing over here for launch rewards. You know, the fragments, you earn one fragment daily, and this is when you get 20 of them, that's how you claim your hero. Exclusive portrait, weapons, imprints, daily cycle. The rewards refresh at 0. And then premium members can lock one weapon or imprint to prevent rotation. So it's I'm enjoying it so far. I would love to get in to do some playing with it and get familiar with it so I can, then hopefully get the okay and the go ahead to make some content for this. And, but if not, then I guess I'll just wait till it comes out and then start going that route. But I would like to really get in on the beta or the early access to see what all the hype is and give it a go, as the Brits would say. So, anyways, everybody, yeah. So that's my look at GodForge Quest right now. So that's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm standing, and I'm going to continue to work on this. I will start digging into the Discord again today, and I will check out some of Fateless's YouTubes that they've put up. Maybe look at some other creators, i.e., Ragewood and a couple others that have been doing stuff. Get their take on it. Get information that I'm going to need to be able to. Maybe pass on anybody that's not subscribed to them, or maybe I can add on to what they've said. Of course, though, I haven't been with any gameplay, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that. But I'm dipping my toe in the water. I'm trying to get started. I'm in the starting gate, so now I just got to wait to get more of the information, more of the stuff I need to be able to dive in and really take off with this. So, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. If I don't see you again, like I said, the weather's going to be nice around here. I'm going to try to get out in the shop to do some woodworking stuff. I've got a couple of projects I want to work on. Not nothing major, nothing big, not no furniture building. Just kind of a little knickknack things for me that I want to do. One for in the house, and then actually I've got the snowman that I showed. I've had a couple people at church decided that, hey, they wanted to they like them, so I need to make a couple more sets. So that's what I need to do. But anyways, so yeah, again, thank you so much. And have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll just leave you with the usual. Remember, be safe. Most of all, be blessed, and we will catch you guys in the next video.